What's going on, everybody? It's SJG, and I am here at Virginia State University, where history was made over the weekend of November 7th and November 8th as Virginia State University hosted the inaugural CIAA Men's and Women's Soccer Cup. Virginia State University, the host institution, won both the men's and women's title. Here you'll hear from the head coaches of the men's and women's team, as well as some of the star players, and AD Tiffani-Dawn Sykes about some of the things that are going on with Virginia State University soccer, which is still in its, not necessarily infancy, but like a toddler stage. But obviously a big win this week.
Bob Jenkins, men's soccer coach, Virginia State University. This is our second season, just finished our second season. It's going very well. We've got great leadership here with our president and with our new AD. I think we feel very supported. I don't want to speak for the women, but I think the women's team also feels very supported. And I think our future's really bright.
Yeah, no doubt. And you talk about new AD Tiffani-Dawn Sykes. I know she, I'm sure she didn't bring you in, but since she's been here in that short amount of time, got you guys into the association, right?
CIAA, yep.
Right. How big was that for the program? And then, of course, talk about winning this the CIAA event as well.
Well, so anytime that you have an opportunity that's close to you to be able to play in the postseason, that's what everybody wants to do. So we know that we have that opportunity with USCA. We just got to win some more games, but it's a merit-based, and that's what the playoffs are all about. So yeah, I mean, that's very exciting. And then to have this for both the men's and women's team, the CIAA Cup is super fun.
Was this week kind of a measuring stick for you as far as where the programs are?
So I think that we play the men play a very competitive schedule. And so for us, we know where we need to be to get better. And for me, it's really just the opportunity to be able to say we have this thing at the end of the year. We have a great rivalry with Shaw from the first game we played with them last year. And so it's a really fun thing to play against them. And if we can build this to bring a couple other teams into it, that would be fabulous. But we're very happy where we are right now.
Yes, my name is Morgan Parris. I'm from Burtonsville, Maryland, and I play for Virginia State women's soccer team.
What year is this for you at VSU?
This is my junior year.
Okay,
yes.
So you've been around since the start of the program?
Yes, the inaugural.
Okay. Now, did you come to VSU knowing that this was going to happen, or is this it just kind of happened and it's like you went for it?
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to happen. This is our third year. We're just starting out, and we won it. So I'm happy about that.
All right. And, talk about, what drew you to VSU in the first place?
Yes, well, I'm from Maryland. I was looking for a local kind of close to my home, and so I came here.
Okay. Got you. And talk about the goal. I mean, obviously, you got in the OT, had some chances at the end, but just talk about bouncing back and how it felt to see it go through the net and celebrating everything.
Yeah, I just got to give thanks to my team, honestly. The goal, thanks to Lo Ren, I kind of just tunnel vision for the goal, honestly. I'm just thankful for my team that we got it in.
Have you ever had a goal like that, like it's like a game winner?
No, never. And I'm so happy I was able to finish that for the team.
I'm Danica Carter. I'm from Warrenton, Virginia, and I play center mid. I'm Cara Fitzgerald. I'm from Wendell, Massachusetts, and I play center back and center mid.
Okay. So each of you, tell me how you got to VSU, and was soccer a main point for you guys getting here, or is it something that so I know the program is new, was it something that kind of happened as you guys were matriculating?
So for me, I'm a transfer, so I came in from Shaw. Shaw just wasn't really working out for me, and I needed a new environment, somewhere that I feel like I could grow way more. And I knew that VSU was coming up with a new team, so got in contact with Anthony, and ever since then it's been history. So
I was coming in as a freshman off an injury, so I was just looking for an environment where I could balance some fun and some soccer and really work on just getting touches on the ball. And since this was a new program, it really worked for me. So soccer was my big reason for coming here.
Okay, awesome. And so just talk about this weekend, getting a chance to compete against other CIAA teams, what that was like, and obviously coming out on top with the win.
It was a lot. It was a lot of emotions this week. You know, we've been through a lot as a team this season and previous seasons. You know, just dealing with adversity as a new team and everything like that. So it was a lot. But it was just really nice to finally come out on top this weekend. It really, I feel like, you know, made a point. We really proved a point.
Yeah, it just is really special to be able to win this in our third season, because if you look at our records, if you look at how much we've improved, we improve from game to game, not just season to season. So it's just amazing that we're able to come together after everything we've been through.
Yes, sir. Name is Anthony Andrews, or TJ, Coach TJ. I'm the head women's soccer coach here at Virginia State University.
All right, awesome. We're here at the inaugural Women's Soccer Cup. You guys won 2-1. Just talk about the game, you know, that your young ladies played, and you know, and seeing it all come down to the wire and then pick up the win.
For sure. It was a tight game from start to finish. I didn't anticipate as much drama as we did, but a little bit of drama in sports is always warranted. It has the makings of a great story, especially if it goes your way. The young ladies' legs were heavy at the beginning of the game because we did just play a game last night, but they all persevered, they all battled through, and we were just really blessed and fortunate enough tonight to come away with the win.
No doubt about it. So talk to me now, what year is this for you as coach, and you guys, you started the program as well?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so this is our third year as a program. We started the program officially year 2022 and 2023. We've come from seasons where we've only had 2 wins. We come from a season last year when we only had 1 win, but this year, with a lot of work, we were able to come away with 5 wins this season, and we were able to come away with the championship. So, you know, praise God for all of the things that He's done, and just for these young ladies, I'm just so proud of the work and the time and the effort and the perseverance that they showed this year for sure.
Yeah, young lady who scored the goal, number 5. Just talk about her. She kind of seems kind of shy, but just, you know, talk about her and you know, what it's been like for you working with her to get to this point.
Absolutely. I think she's matured since the first time she's gotten here. She may seem shy on camera, but on the field, she turns the switch on and she's able to be the leader that we need her to be, the captain that we need her to be. She leads by example. But she's not the only young lady that does that. These young ladies have just done such a great job in just maturing from where they started from the inaugural year to right now, that they've all made progressive steps. And I'm just so proud of them and just so happy with the result today, because I really do think it speaks volumes to how well that they played and how hard they play. So very proud of every last one of them.
Yeah. Now, you know, talk about you know, competing in this situation. Obviously, the CIAA isn't sponsoring the sport as of yet. I know you guys are in another association, but just talk about where CIAA women's soccer is as a whole, and you know, just getting a chance to match up against these teams and what it does for you all.
Yeah, I think with the brainstorming of our, you know, great AD, Ms. Sykes, and our president, Makola Abdullah, I think with them putting these tournaments together for ourselves, for this women's program as well as the men's program, I think what will happen is we'll actually catch some momentum moving forward to essentially maybe even create a women's soccer program in the CIAA. There are still an abundance of independent sports or independent soccer teams that don't have a conference. So hopefully with this level of excitement, this level of emotion that we've been able to create just on this weekend alone, I really hope that, you know, going into the next year or maybe in the year after that, that we'll be able to create a conference so we can have this atmosphere every year. And so every team that's involved will have something to play for. So I'm just excited. Once again, blessed for the opportunity to be here, blessed that they were able to come up with something like this, you know, essentially at the last moment, basically. But it's just really exciting to know that there are individuals here that are willing to invest into a program at an HBCU, and I do believe that it'll, you know, have momentum to other HBCUs as well as other conferences as well as other colleges and universities. So I'm very happy for what the future holds for Virginia State as well as the other conferences.
Now, AD Sykes hasn't been here long, but she did get you guys in a conference and an association. Just talk about how important that is for you guys as a program, and as you guys look forward, I believe you guys are going to be in the tournament there as well.
Absolutely. So. The decisions that she's been able to make in this short period of time have been nothing but beneficial for us, and we've been really, really grateful for those decisions and for those ideas that she's been able to put in motion for us. So us being able to not only just compete this weekend, but as well as next weekend, the USCAA National Tournament, that's really big for us because, you know, the first couple of years that we were here, we didn't have anything like this. But to be able to not only just compete once again in the CIAA tournament and then go to the USCAA, that means a lot to us. It gives these girls an opportunity, these young women an opportunity to create more memories and to play for something bigger year in and year out. The ultimate goal is for these young ladies to move away and to leave this university with their degrees, but now they have their degrees and they have the ability to walk away with championship rings and a ton of memories. So I'm very, very pleased with that.
All right, AD Sykes, so I believe I heard this is the first championship that you guys have gotten since you've been here?
It is. So really excited to celebrate. Well, actually, our men won the inaugural Soccer Cup earlier this week, and then the women finished us off this weekend.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, just talk about that, and kind of explain what the CIAA Cup is a little bit.
Yeah. So the CIAA has less than 6 teams that play soccer. You need 6 teams in a sport for the conference to sponsor it for NCAA postseason. Because we have less than 6, the conference office does not sponsor the championship, but we still want to give our student athletes a championship experience. So I was tasked by President Abdullah to create a postseason event for our men's soccer team and also for our women's soccer teams in the CIAA. But I think the thing that's the most important about it is a number of our schools have independent sports. Virginia State, Bluefield State, Claflin, Lincoln, and we have to figure out ways to tie them back to the CIAA. So they're not competing in the CIAA schedule, but how do we make them a part of the legacy and the history and the tradition of the CIAA? So that was really one of the main drivers to making sure that this tournament and this cup was a success.
Yeah, and you guys made history, both of your teams, by winning the inaugural. Talk about, I know, beyond the CIAA, I know you guys, not long after you got here, you guys got into an association, and I think you guys are going to continue playing. Talk about that and what's next for VSU soccer.
Right. So the number one strategic priority of the university is student experience. And I think for student athletes, you want to be able to compete for something. You want to be able to compete for a championship. And as we existed as independent institutions, we were unable to do so. So one of the first things I did here was join the USCAA for the sports of men's and women's soccer and baseball to give our teams the opportunity to compete for a national championship and extend their season. And for them to have the opportunity to hoist a trophy like they did today. So our women wound up wrapping up the season ranked 4th in the USCAA poll. So we get to play a little more soccer this week, Friday, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I know it's going to be a busy week for you guys over at VSU. Basketball season's kicking off as well, so you guys have a tournament. Talk about that and kind of where all you will be.
Yeah, this is the busiest time of year. It's crossover season, so our fall sports are wrapping up. Our winter sports are getting started. So yesterday we had football at Virginia Union, and our soccer teams were competing here, and our bowling teams were competing at Holiday Bowl, which was a home event. Our women's basketball team is at Norfolk State for an exhibition, so it's just a very busy time of year. So I'm excited to travel with our women's team to Pittsburgh this weekend, and then I will be at the fireside chat for our commissioner at the CIAA football championship, and then come back for our basketball tournament. It's essentially a 3-day event. We have a men's and women's invitational that'll overlap this weekend, so really excited about hosting all the teams that'll come to Virginia State so we can show off our multipurpose center.
And last thing, I know you talked about you guys had a football game yesterday, very spirited. Your band played pretty much the entire way through, and then they came over here also as well. Just talk about that and having that support. I know you guys had the woo-woos as well.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the Trojan explosion led by Dr. Taylor Whitehead. As you mentioned, a very competitive, spirited game at Virginia Union University, and they brought the buses right to the back of the stadium during our soccer game and unloaded and played for our soccer team in the semifinal matchup last night. So I really appreciate their support. And I was thinking, during football season, we call it the 5th quarter when the band plays after the game. So I think we're going to have to call this the 3rd half when the Trojan explosion plays after our soccer games.
So there it goes. You heard from the players and the coaches, the AD, the folks that matter. The men won on Saturday, and the women won 2-1 over Bluefield State on Sunday. Exciting action here at Virginia State University. They continue to build on their program, and we'll see what the future holds for CIAA in soccer and for men and women. So let us know if you think the CIAA should continue to try to grow the sport, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.